Good evening, RSC, and welcome to match day 14. We have a veteran matchup for you tonight between Mages and Giraffe. This is going to be, once again, another game that has some playoff implications, even some division implications, as this is a division battle between these two teams. My name is MD. I'm joined on the desk with Squirrel, with Precision producing in the background. Squirrel, welcome to the cast tonight. How you feeling? How were games?
Feeling pretty good. Games went solid, as good as they could have. I'm excited to see these two teams go at it. Like you mentioned previously, a divisional matchup. Pretty close stats here. Giraffes are currently 26 and 26 and even 500 on the season, with Mages right on their heels with a 25 and 27 record going into match day 14.
Yes, sir. And like I said, this is huge implications right now, because if Giraffes manage to win this game outright, I believe this would more or less secure them their division, and as well at least put them into the playoff slot for the time being. But of course, anything can happen. We saw how Monday's matches went, and we're just gonna have to wait to see exactly how tonight goes. We're gonna go ahead and move into the season team stats. Like we said, the Mages and the Giraffes are coming in. I don't believe stats are quite updated on our side yet, but I do have them on my screen here. Mages are coming in at 25 and 27. Giraffes coming in at 26 and 26. This is going to be a good matchup across the board. Very similar stats all the way around. So I'm expecting this to be at least a close game, if not just an absolute shootout. What are you seeing here, Squirrel?
Yeah, definitely. Stats for both teams, like you mentioned, super even, with only 5 shots separating, or not, 5 goals separating both teams, with only 2 shots difference in favor of Mages here. With a little bit higher shooting percentage, it seems as though the Giraffes are more of a pass-oriented team with roughly 3 more assists to their name. So, like you mentioned, I believe it's going to be a shootout.
Both teams also doing great on the saves portion as well. We have Mages with 204 saves on the season, Giraffes with 182. So good offense, good defense on both sides. As we move into the player stats, looking at Mages first, we have Shrex, we have Glint, not Luke, and Ghosty. Ghosty hasn't played a whole lot of games this season, but Shrex is up there at the top. 53 goals on the season on 144 shots, 36.81 shooting percentage. Impressive stuff coming out of Shrex right now. 30 assists to his name, 80 saves, and it just looks like we were mentioning, we did see a lot of team ball, as it seems the assist numbers are very similar across the board on the Mages squad.
Yeah, all 3 players 30 assists or higher for the season, which is pretty good overall, especially for the veteran tier. Ghosty getting his fair share of goals, averaging a goal per game. Congrats to him. With the whole Mages team shooting in 30 percentile is actually really good, especially for how many shots they have on this season.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm expecting to see definitely a lot of passes between the teams, just getting the ball side to side into the midfield, off the backboard, anything they can do to try to break down the defense on the Giraffes side. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at the Giraffes stats now. I'm probably gonna mess up this name a lot. Somebody in chat can probably help me. I think I'm just gonna call him Socks for the time being, because that's just what my brain automatically fills in. But we have Socks, Ken Whiffey Jr., ARJ, and Doinkers. And once again, very good shooting percentages across the board, and also nice to see the game split. It looks like everybody has gotten decent games in. Doinkers has 29 games on the season, so almost everybody at 30 games across the board. But again, those shooting percentages, everybody, barring Ken Whiffey, shooting above 30% for the season.
Yeah, this team, also another assist team. Looks like ARG and Doinkers with 25 assists on the season. Ken not so hot on the assists, but does make up for it with his save count at 49. And then Sox at 40 assists with 53 saves. So looking pretty good. They're all averaging roughly a goal per game. So this is going to be a really close one if I had to take a guess.
that in mind, don't forget to get your predictions in the chat. Prediction is running at the moment. Squirrel, looking at this matchup, I want to hear how you think this is gonna go. Are you expecting one team to take it over the other? Are you expecting a split series, perhaps? What are your thoughts on that?
So looking at the stats here, it looks like the Giraffes are going to have to kind of counter Mage's passing game, as Mage's obviously all three of their starters, which seems like have 30 plus more saves. So I think it's going to be really close. It's going to be super even. I honestly believe every game is going to be a one-goal game, and if anything, it's probably going to be down the middle of 2-2.
All right, we're going to go ahead and start moving the teams onto the field now. I do believe we have everybody in here based off of what I'm seeing. So we have, once again, a vet matchup, big playoff implications. We have Mages on the blue side. We have Giraffes on the orange side. We're going to slowly start getting the players onto the field. Everybody's excited, ready to go. This game could go either way as we count down to the start of game number 1 here. Squirrel, if you would, I need you to tell them to get on the field, because I cannot. I was doing all that build up and they're not even getting on the field. What's wrong with them?
Oh, no. I don't even think they're ready at this point. As we see a few players start to pop on our screens here, and it looks like Glint and Kenny are going to be here on kickoff to start the series.
First kickoff of the night. It goes the way of Giraffes. Mages are going to try to collect everything at the moment. Sox probably trying to get a touch there, unable to do so, gets immediately beat. Glint takes an immediate shot on target. Doinkers is able to clear this away. Maintains possession of the ball, flicks it over Parka, but is unable to get it by Luke. Sox is there, gets demoed for his efforts, an immediate shot on target, but already we're seeing good defense coming out of both sides.
Yeah, it's already close. That shot, luckily saved by not Luke. Trying to get the ball out here. So far, so good for both these teams. It's fairly even as the ball's kind of just pinging back and forth. Looks like Glint's going to get first goal of the series here with an open net.
That's definitely one way to start. Glint just able to send that all the way downfield. Nobody was home. Puts his team on top early. 1 goal. And we're not even a minute in just quite yet. We had only gotten a few shots on net. Parker's going to try to pass this up to Luke. Luke unable to make the touch. Doinkers able to pitch it on the wall. Gets challenged by Glint. Glint trying to pass this to the middle. Gets sent out by Sox. Parker's there. Puts it to the corner. Waits for Glint. Glint pops it up, but unable to get much else on the ball. Sox is going to put a shot on target. Glint able to get the save. Impressive stuff from Glint here, keeping his team ahead in this game.
Yeah, Glint's just getting all these small touches, gets the save, gets 2 good 50s in the midfield to keep the pressure going on for Mages, but unfortunately there is a team bump on that sidewall. The Giraffes here, trying to see if they can get something going, but so far Mages' defense looking really solid.
Glint right now manages to win the ball on the sidewall here. Luke unable to get the touch, does manage to bump somebody off the ball. Parka pops it over 1, but gets bumped at the same exact time. Still manages to win the 50 in the corner. Pops out looking for a demo, but unable to get anything as the ball is just falling harmlessly right now to the corner. Sox has very little boost, but plenty of space, just trying to maintain possession, and then immediately gets challenged by Parka. Parka has 1 touch. Is he able to get a second? No. Doinkers immediately gets challenged by Luke in the corner. Luke down to Glint. Glint with the shot. It's off the crossbar. There's still a potential shooting opportunity as Parka gets demoed. And finally, Giraffes can settle the ball a little bit. But as soon as I say that, Glint comes rushing in, trying to get another shooting opportunity. Is anybody going to be able to finish? No. It gets cleared away. And now the ball falls into the midfield once again.
And Giraffes here just stuck on their half of the field. Mages, relentless pressure going on. Unfortunately, missed shot there. Did not see who ended up going past that ball, but Glint going to take control, take it up the wall, try and get it past that mid of one of his teammates, but unfortunately, no one there besides a Giraffes player who's going to shoot this ball back towards the net. This ball's just going back and forth at this point.
Yeah, a lot of boomer ball happening at the moment. Nobody really taking full control of the ball, just kind of slamming it around at the moment, trying to get everybody to use some boost. Sox trying to get this down to a teammate. Is anybody able to get a touch? It finally gets cleared away by Glint. Glint unable to get the second follow-up, but Luke is there for the save. will clear this all the way out to the midfield. Unable to get it by Sox. Doinkers with a shot on target. It's in the bottom right corner. Oh no, it bounces out. They have to try to get another one going. No, can they finish finally? Sox will put it into the back of the net.
One crossbar, one post to a crossbar to another post. Out. Sox luckily shoots it right in the middle of the net. Nice play, 1-1 here with a minute 48 left here in game one, as kickoff does go in favor of Giraffes, and so does that 50. Luke gonna try and get some possession here, but Sox just pushing it back towards the middle of the field, and Doinkers unable to get a hand up on that ball, so it's gonna shoot back towards the Giraffes portion. Roughly a minute 30 left here. So far, 1-1, super close game like we called prior.
Oh, good bump. Unfortunately, it doesn't turn into a goal there. Still, the pressure is mounting from Mages. Glint was trying to get a pass in the middle there, misses the touch. Sox gets a demo and the ball. Whiffey just has to pass this to the center. It gets shut down immediately by not Luke. Doinkers is able to put it off the crossbar, unable to get it on target though. And now the Mages are counterattacking immediately. Whiffey still manages to get back. Glint, another shot on target. They need to clear this out. Doinkers is struggling, unable to get a good enough clear, and Parka will send it home.
Yeah, Glint with a somewhat good, powerful shot there. Doinkers, not the best catch, and it looks like just a team bump there in the middle of the net. And may just capitalize. Small mistake there, but they still got time to bring it back. It's going to be difficult, as Mages have been showing some really solid defense the first portion of this game.
All still in the Giraffes half. They have not been able to break out. Every time they do, they get a few touches, a little bit of sign of life. The offense starts to click, but Mages are able to shut them down quickly. Parka is up for this ball. So is Sox. Sox with another touch. Can they drop it in? No. Glint is going to pitch it off the post. It's going to go all the way downfield. But fortunately, there's a Giraffes player back to be able to clear that away.
Yeah, what a pinch there. Luckily here, as they're going to try and send this ball mid, Glint up early, no one there to challenge. Giraffes need to get this ball out of their half. They got 10 seconds left here in game one, but Mage is not putting a foot down. They just keep on pressuring, trying to get another goal here.
Oh
Looks
no!
like Parker's going to get it, secure game one here with 3 seconds left.
That is absolute heartbreak there. Sox was trying to get a bigger clear to get that over the defense. Unfortunately, it falls right into Parka's lap, who puts it in the bottom left corner. That goal explosion is so bright. I'm glad I have some lights on. But that'll be the dagger for game number one, as Mages will take down Giraffes 3-1 in this first game. Maybe looking for another goal here just to put some more stats on the board. Ball's gonna fall harmlessly by Sox. Mages will take game number one. It seemed like it was in dominant fashion for the most part. I mean, they had complete control of the field. Giraffes were fighting back. They had good defensive stands, but it just wasn't quite enough to stay on top of Mages for this first game.
And Mages continuing what they've been doing all season with the assists, 100% goal participation from all the players. Glint with a cycle here to lead his team to the 1-0 lead here in the series. But yeah, like you mentioned, Mages kind of just took over this game. Stats don't really do it justice. I feel like it was a lot closer than the 3-1 leads on. But we'll see how Giraffes try and counter their play style leading into game two.
Move on to game two. Don't forget to get your predictions going in. Now, like we said, this match has huge implications. Mages are definitely hoping to take a few more games off of Giraffes to move them closer into that, I believe it's a wild card position. Neither of these teams can clinch tonight, so there's still one or two more match days where they have the ability to clinch, so they just gotta hope everybody around them does worse and put them in a better position to be able to maintain their final run into the playoffs here. As we get all the teams back on the field, gonna get to the start of game number two here. And this is gonna be a hard battle for both of these teams. Both of them want to make it into the playoffs, and they're also fighting for the division lead at the moment. So we're gonna see if the offense just ramps up from both sides, or if somebody eventually starts turtling up. And either way, if you go too hard on offense, you'll be too exposed on defense to be able to maintain any type of pressure, as already mages are right back on the attack.
Yeah, this for the past roughly 20-30 seconds here, Giraffes stuck in their half. Unfortunately, not the best shot there, but it does keep possession for mages. That's probably going to try and get a pass mid. A little bit of a carry as a fake.
Oh.
Is that going to go in? Oh, okay, that does go in. Look, the mages player almost got back to get the save.
That was Doinkers is just not having a good night. Doinkers is getting shots on target, but not able to finish them, as he allows his teammate once again to come in and help finish that ball off for him. Parker has control of the ball here, gets a 50 on the sidewall, wins the 50, gets the dunk. Are they able to finish? No. And Whiffey was able to come back and get the clear. Now Doinkers has possession of the ball, grabs the boost, plays it beneath one, trying to pop it over Parka. Parka misses the touch. Glint is there, gets the save. It's off the post once again. Glint is just loving these post clears. Not Luke trying to get another touch down into the backboard there, but unable to make connection. Socks off the sidewall, immediately 50s with Glint. Have to pop it over one and does. Leaves it for Doinkers. Doinkers is going to slow this down. Immediately gets challenged by Parka. Ken Whiffey, not the touch they need. Ball needs to get cleared out. Glint. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. That was not Luke that got the first touch. Parka's going to tie us up.
Yeah, what a sequence of events there. Off the bar, right off Doinkers' car, and Parka just in the correct spot. Able to slot that ball in between the post and the defender there. And unfortunately, that was all caused by a not the best clear by Ken, but still plenty of time here for both teams as Doinkers and try and get a ground pinch. Unfortunately, it does not line it up the best, but they've still got the pressure going on here. Good demo there from Ken to keep the rotation of mages a little chaotic.
Oh, what a save from not Luke. Parka leaves the ball for his teammate. Ken Whiffey is able to get a touch. Glint to the corner. Doinkers has a touch. It's off the sidewall. Follows it up. Maybe looking for a second. Runs out of boost. Instead, opts for the bump on Glint. It doesn't really do much, though. Sox will put a shot kind of harmlessly off to the side. This allows Luke to have possession. Puts a shot on target. Doinkers is already back. Glint trying to pop it over one. Unable to get it through Ken. Parka trying to come in to continue the offensive pressure. Here's Glint and not Luke coming together. Ken Whiffey's able to clear this once again. The defense stands strong for Giraffes at the moment, but mages are surging and wanting to get something going here as they are hoping to take this game number 2.
I really like how Parka didn't fully commit there. Recognize if he does commit, it could be bad on their side, but Luke can try and get the shot here, but Giraffes defense still looking pretty solid, even though they are a little bit low on boost. And that clear right there is going to help them get boost, get more possession, see if they can get a counterattack going here.
And as soon as we were thinking they might have had a counterattack, there's a bump coming out from Parka onto the ball. Oh my goodness, did Glint get that bump? Okay, so Parka got the demo, gets the bump on Ken, leaves it for Luke, and Luke will put it into the back of the net. Absolute fantastic communication between mages there.
Yeah, definitely. Parka being an absolute menace to that defense. Gets the demo, frees up some space, allow Luke to get the shot, and then just bump the last defender. And it's just a wide open net. Puts him up a goal. They still got the pressure here. Looks like a few players a little bit low on boost, but doing the best they can with what space they got, as Doinkers unable to get the touch. But it actually might work. Try and get the bump there. Try and do the same thing Mages just did to them. Unfortunately, didn't work in that case. What a good save by Doinkers.
Yeah, the defense has actually been very strong for Giraffes, barring that one mistake there. Is the ball going to go into the net? No. Manages to be collected by Parka. There's potential pass to the middle there, but unfortunately, the Giraffes have just not been able to maintain offensive pressure as they get one or two touches towards net, and then it's just sent out by a Mages player. And Parka is going to shut everything down, trying to shut down any hopes of life in this game number 3. Game number 2, excuse me.
Don't know if that goal's going to stand. We do have a disconnect. I don't know how they want to play this, but yeah, Ken, unfortunately, didn't really have much going on for a good 20 seconds there, which did lead to that goal. It looks like it's going to stand as both teams do go on kickoff. Ball still stuck in the midfield. Mage is able to get it to the corner, but Ken just immediately going to boom it away. See if Giraffes can get something going here. They're down 2 with about 50 seconds left here in game 2. Every series win here counts towards his last playoff spot.
An unfortunate disconnect from Ken there. I didn't even notice that until you mentioned something. So the goal does stand as the teams do continue. Nobody asked for a pause, and even then, I do believe that is up to the discretion of, I believe that would be up to the discretion of Precision. Somebody please tell me if I'm wrong. There's still some action going on here, but Giraffes are unable to find any answers at the moment. Can they get the bump? No. Glint's going to clear this away. Sox going to try to drop this down, give his team a little bit of time. They just need to put it into the net now. Give them a little bit of time. 5 seconds to go. Sox will put it in the back of the net, so now there's still a little bit of hope for Giraffes here.
There's hope. I like some really good ball control there in the air. Nice first touch. Had enough boost to follow it, and luckily had enough space to get that shot in. 5 seconds here. The game's not over. They still have a chance. It's going to come down to this kickoff, and it does go in favor of Mages. Good fake there by Sox. Going to see if we can get a dribble going. Does get a flick, but unfortunately, no Giraffes player there, as the Mages player does spike it down. Send them up 2-0 in the series.
An unfortunately timed disconnect from Ken Whiffey allowed his team to go down 1 more goal. It could have been a 2-2 overtime in this situation, but as things stand right now, Giraffes go down 2-0 in the series. Searching for answers right now is this Mage's defense is just Mage's offense and defense is just playing lights out. Looks like Ken is disconnecting 1 more time, possibly resetting his computer or whatever platform he happens to be on. Unfortunately, I'm on PlayStation, so I have no clue what everybody's on at the moment. But we're looks like we might be getting either a sub or he might be resetting, so we will be a little delayed going into game number 3. Do not forget to get your predictions up. So I know you were thinking this might be a 2-2 Squirrel, but the way Mages are playing, do you think they get the 3-1, or do you think that Giraffes regather themselves and manage to at least stem the flow a little bit?
I think Giraffe definitely got the power to do so. It's not like they're losing too many like 50s or anything. It's just some unfortunate stuff. Like in that game, an unfortunate disconnect. Like you mentioned, it could have been a 2-2. This could be an overtime game right now, but unfortunately, that's just not the way things pan out. The hope is still there for a 2-2 for the Giraffes. I just think they kind of have to get out of their half a little bit. Oh, I'm getting pinged. It looks like we do have a sub here for Ken.
Yes, it looks like Arj is in the game. So we do have all the players once again in here. So we're going to go ahead and get game number 3 started. We weren't sure if there was a sub or if there was a disconnect, but it looks like there was a sub. So Arj is in for Ken Whiffey. So we have a new squad of Arj, Doinkers, and Sox. We'll have to see if Arj is going to be able to... RJ. Wow. I keep forgetting that's his name. I've casted his games before, and it's literally RJ. What is wrong with me? Anyway, Glint has it off the sidewall, passing it to Parka. The ball's going to fall harmlessly into the corner. Doinkers fakes Parka. Looking for another opportunity, but not Luke. Comes crashing in. Sox into the corner. RJ is there. RJ trying to keep possession, manages to get it through Glint. Somebody just has to drop this down. Everybody commits, and now Mages are going to be able to run this down the field. Glint has possession. Are they able to pitch it into the net? Yes. Glint will put his team on top immediately.
Yeah, unfortunate triple commit there coming out of the Giraffes. Luckily, it almost was fine, but Glint able to read that bounce there. And RJ isn't too far off stats-wise compared to Ken, so this could work in Giraffe's favor here. Maybe this is something that they need to just push them over that hump. Unfortunately, they do go down a goal early, but they still got plenty of time as RJ going to get a shot towards the net. Glint does read the projection of that ball, and then Luke unfortunately does whiff.
Parka trying to drop this in the middle, unable to find any of his teammates. RJ immediately challenged Glint, but unable to get a touch. Takes all 3 players to get it around Glint. Doinkers leads it for RJ. RJ into the corner, gets challenged immediately. Sox comes in, gets a demo on Parka, but everybody has to rush back. Everybody's low on boost. Doinkers finally picks up the corner. Looking for another opportunity, but it only goes as far as Parka. Sox to RJ, back to Sox. Sox with another touch. Can they get it? They're going to miss the ball. That was a good passing play, a good shooting opportunity, but nobody was able to finish.
Yeah, nice little 1-2 pass play. Unfortunately, not able to read the bounce as poor Doinkers. He just got bumped into a demo. Feels bad. It's actually trying to go for the redirect off that sidewall. Doesn't make contact. Mages opt to some more offensive pressure here, trying to put Giraffes in a bit of a sticky situation as Giraffes kind of felt like they had a double commit there. Parka, nice little 1-2 with Glint. See if that might lead to something. Had a good opportunity, just not the accuracy I think Glint was looking for on that shot.
Doinkers is able to clear this long. Glint gets a 50 in the midfield. RJ is going to put this to the back wall, but Parka immediately reads it. Sox unable to make connection. I believe Doinkers is challenging here, unable to make a touch. RJ is the last one back, has to do it for the defense, able to get the clear and the save. Sox trying to pass this upfield to RJ. RJ with the shot. It's off the post, but Luke, what a save.
Dude, what a read from Luke off that bounce from the post. Keeps them up with a goal lead here. Is nothing the Giraffes are doing here seems to be working. The defense is just too strong for Mages right now. And Giraffes, they're going to try and get something going. You do have another double commit, unfortunately, but nice little pass back. Doinkers going to throw this ball back in. Parker going to see if he can get this ball out of the corner. It does. It is in the midfield, but RJ there. Not the best touch, and Glint just kind of just throws it to the corner of the Giraffes.
Mages don't have to score if they don't want to. They could realistically waste time, but I know they would like to have a little bit of a security goal. Doinkers was trying to pass that down to a teammate, but everybody decides not to commit. Everybody rotates back out. Sox, what a dunk from Sox! It goes into the back of the net. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, don't need the pass play when you can just dunk Luke like that right off the wall. Luke a little bit harder. First touch does allow Sox to get a really good 50 off the sidewall. Put them tied here with a minute 30 left. It seems like Giraffes showing some signs of life here. Putting up a good fight against Mages. Currently at 3v1. Unfortunately, Doinkers not able to get the pass out, but does go up for a 50. Giraffes here starting to turn up the heat. Keeping Mages locked in their half. What a good demo there coming out of Sox.
Giraffes here trying to keep Mages honest. Mages probably thought they at least had this game secured up until that point. Oh my goodness, what an angle from Parka, but Sox is able to get up and clear the ball away. The entire Mages offense was upfield there, and they're now having to rush back. Glint manages to get the boost and the ball, sends it all the way back to the Giraffes half. But right now, there's not a whole lot of sustained pressure coming out from either side. RJ is able to get the clear, maybe looking for a bump now. Is he unable to? He's unable to get anybody, as Luke will send this back downfield right to Glint. Sox is the last one back, gets the clear. Parka is already up, drops it in the midfield. Sox once again is there, trying to pitch it to the middle, but Luke already clears it off to the side. Doinkers trying to get a 50. Does win the 50, but unable to do much else with the ball. Glint can't get it by RJ. Sox with the dunk. RJ can just turn, puts it to the middle. Is anybody going to be able to finish? Doinkers puts a shot on, but once again, Luke comes out of nowhere and is able to clear the ball away.
Yeah, the saves tonight are actually just insane. Both teams trying to just create some pass plays, open up some space, but it just seems like both defenses here kind of locked in, getting some really good saves off the post. Unfortunately, that shot a little too wide. No play there for the Giraffes. We're going to head into our first overtime. Here in game 3, kickoff in favor of Giraffes just a little bit as Luke can try and get a pass here to Glint. Kind of Giraffes player there to cutting it off, but Mages still got the pressure going on here. First 15 seconds, nothing but Mages in the Giraffes half.
Parka's going to keep this ball in once again. Somebody's got to get a good enough clear. Glint unable to put a shot on target. Parka's going to stay in, maybe try to pass this to the middle, decides against it. gets it underneath Socks. It's a 50 into the midfield now. Socks over to RJ. RJ chasing this ball down, gets the boost, looks for a bump, unable to get it. Gets the demo in the middle, but Doinkers had no boost, turned away from the ball. Socks is going to be able to turn for this, just has to beat one person, puts it to the side. Unfortunately, Parker reads him and is able to clear the ball away.
Parker Hill kind of throw that ball a little bit mid, but luckily other defenders are able to get the... Oh my, what a save! What is going on? Oh my gosh, the defense tonight is insane.
Both sides are just giving this game absolutely everything. Everybody getting some incredibly close saves here. RJ gets a demo on Glint. Doinkers pops it into the corner. It's a send all the way downfield by Luke. RJ is able to get this to his teammate Socks in the corner. Socks has to beat Glint. Glint dunks him in the corner. RJ has possession, pops it once again into the left corner. Unable to get very far. Goes as far as Parka. Not Luke. Looking for a bump. Doesn't find anybody. Doinkers slows the play down, flicks it over one. Socks is up. Looking for the double off the backboard. Unable to do so. I believe it was Luke that was able to clear that away. RJ lands on top of all the defenders, trying to keep pressure on this ball right now.
Yeah, it's just the ball is just constantly going in front of the Mage's net, but not in the back. As some of these touches are a little bit high, or they're getting saved by these Mage's players. As Parker, I don't think he got the flip reset there, but it was a little dangerous though. As Mage is still going to keep this pressure in.
Another shot to the middle. Glint to Parka. Socks is able to clear this away. Doinkers trying to rush back. Is able to get it over Glint, but now has nobody to pass it to in the middle as Socks got demoed. RJ is up, but he's never going to beat Glint to that ball. Glint able to get the clear. Parka now sends it all the way downfield. Glint is waiting in the corner, trying to get a touch. It's to the middle. Socks is going to pop this up. Glint has possession. RJ back downfield, low on boost. Can they get a second touch? No. Parka will beat them to the ball. Socks looking for a dunk. Manages to get the ball clear. Not Luke. Once again, puts this ball back in. Doinkers is the only one back. He wins the 50. Ball falling in front of the net. Somebody just has to clear this now. Doinkers over to Socks. RJ is there. Can RJ put it down? No. It's immediately challenged by Glint. Doinkers unable to put a shot on target, and now Socks has to chase this down.
Yeah, I like how Socks is just playing a little bit passively, trying to find some space for his teammates. It's just like Mages. Going for another pass play as Parker, the only one up. He's going to be able to get the angle. Unfortunately, not too tight of a shot. Didn't have any teammates there to follow up on that rebound, though, as it looked like both players were in the back corner, grabbing some boost. Socks, though, in a little bit of a rough predicament. A 2v1. RJ, nice and controlled. Keeping calm on defense, trying to get the pass out to Doinkers. As Doinkers
oh, nice shot, Doinkers!
Just like that, it turned around for Giraffes.
We just eclipsed 3.5 minutes of overtime. RJ drops it down to Doinkers. Doinkers finally getting the goal that he's been searching for this whole entire match so far. Manages to put his team up in overtime. That is a great pass and a great shot out of Giraffes. They finally get one on the board.
Yeah, looks like this is the momentum I think they need going into this game 4 to secure the 2-2. A lot of really solid defense here from both teams. Some ridiculous saves coming out of multiple players on this field tonight.
Yeah, defensively, this was a masterclass on both sides. I mean, we have... It looks like 5 saves on Giraffes, 6 saves on Mages, and the amount of shots, I mean, Giraffes put up, counting that, that's 9 shots on target compared to Mages 7. So they had 2 more shots on target. Those are the 2 goals that went in. They saved 6. They saved 6 out of the 9 shots. So there's just only 1 that's unaccounted for there. That's great. They're able to settle down a little bit. Think I just disconnected. Screen was black. Never mind. I'm back in. We're all good.
I thought that was me for a sec because my internet's been having issues and I was freaking out.
Get your predictions in for game number 4. Game 4 is getting right underway. These guys are excited, ready to go. Everybody is wondering what is going to happen here. As again, playoff implications, division implications, if they split this series and the other teams did not do very well in their division, things could stand as they are right now because I believe they're only split by 1 game.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it's in favor of Mages, if I'm not mistaken. Speaking of Mages, yeah, just keeping this pressure going on. A little double commit there. But I don't think it's the end of the world. They're only 30 seconds in here to game 4. See what the Giraffes have on defense. Another decent save from AJ. Or RJ, my bad. Parker doesn't get the touch. Looks like Doinkers going to go up potentially for an aerial 50.
Go back for a minute. Did Glint pre-jump that save that came out? Because where did that man come from for that second shot opportunity?
I don't know. I didn't see it on my end.
Well, we're going to continue on with game number 4 here. A departure from the first 3 games is we usually had somebody score very quickly, but now it looks like the defenses finally have each other figured out, and everybody is rotating exactly the way they need to keep these passing lanes shut down. Luke's going to try to pass this to the middle, but he has no one there. Doinkers gets a demo, able to get it by 1, trying to go for a quick shot, but Glint is able to rally back around and get the ball clear.
Yeah,
Luke sends this downfield. It was a great pass attempt, I agree. Oh my. Can RJ put it into the middle? He can. There is a bump in the background, but unfortunately, nobody's able to put it on target. Doinkers just trying to harass Parka. Finally gets the demo. Luke's going to still manage to get this across the midfield line. Manages to keep it there as well as he gets a dunk on RJ, but Doinkers has plenty of space, slows it down, gets dunked by Glint. Gonna go into the corner. Luke trying to get a touch, but unable to get it by Sox. Sox gets a 50 there with Parka on the sidewall there. Glint trying to read the touch, unable to do so. Parka has the ball, tries to pop it to Luke. Luke's able to get there. It's off the backboard from RJ. Glint is there with the pre-jump once again, just knowing where the ball is gonna go. RJ sends it back downfield. Can they get anything going? RJ with the dunk. RJ puts his team on top.
Yeah, it looks like the last defender. I'm trying to figure out who this is. Camera's just not angled correctly. Looks like Luke, unable to read the bounce off that backboard, does allow RJ to get that shot. A little bounce shot right over the last defender. Puts them up 1-0 here. It took about half the game this time around for us to get a goal. See how the rest of the second half goes, as Mage is going to try and get some more offensive pressure going, but RJ having absolutely none of it and just immediately getting a 50 in the midfield.
Just trying to rush in for that ball, but Luke is able to clear it downfield. Got the mid boost as well. Gets the 50 with RJ. RJ already picking up a savior medal. Luke just has to turn for this. Unable to get it by RJ. RJ is all over the field right now. The super sub coming in and doing work for his team.
Yeah, it looks like Doinkers ping a little iffy. It was flashing red there for a little bit, but able to get a decent little touch towards Mage's corner as RJ going to go up for potential air dribble bump. Doesn't land on the bump portion, but does keep that ball in Mage's half. Just ticking down some seconds.
Oh, what a pass!
What a shot from Luke.
Oh my, Glint. That is a fantastic pass, and Luke is able to just meet it right where he needs to. Puts it bottom left, right in between, right by the post. Fantastic shot coming out from Luke there.
Yeah, definitely a really good pass there, Luke. Able to get up super quick there, like you mentioned, a really good shot as Doinkers going to try and get a goal of his own. Unable to get the 50 towards the net, but RJ going to go for a nice little double tap. Unfortunately, does not get the goal, but looks like Glint trying to get a pre-flip shot. His ball's just going back and forth to get in.
Oh no!
Oh no, what happened? Uh-oh.
Okay, so that is a great clear from Doinkers, but I'm wondering, why did Luke not jump for this? Did he just not think he was going to reach it?
I don't know. He was in the right spot. I'm curious to hear what happened there.
Oh, Luke disconnected, I think.
Uh-oh.
So now we have a disconnect on the other side. Yup, there goes Luke.
No.
Precision has paused the game. So we are going to give Luke a second to get back in here. Wow, that is That is not at all how we expected this to go.
No, not at all. I guess that answers the reason why that goal went in. Luke was in a prime spot, just disconnected. I wonder if it's a controller disconnect or an internet issue. I'd assume it's an internet issue since he lost connection. But his ping looked fine is the thing, because I was staring at the scoreboard when that shot was going towards their goal.
Cat screaming about commentator bias and also cheating for for mages here, as there wasn't a pause for Ken, but there was a pause for Luke. Luke is back on the field. I don't know if we're going to continue from this position or reset to kickoff.
I think that is discretion of our caster. It looks like we are going to set back from kickoff. All right. Looks like the goal is going to stand here. Giraffes up a goal with a minute left. As Luke ping looks like he's settling down a little bit. It's going to be something to watch the remainder, the last minute here of game 4. As a bunch of whiffs are coming out, and didn't matter. Luke scores right away.
Yeah, we're so like I said, I don't know what the actual ruling is on when pauses are allowed or not. So that'll be something that we'll definitely have to discuss at length after stream. Probably have to talk to our media committee head and a couple of the admins just to see exactly what their decision on that is. That'll definitely be discussed. But right now, we're already back into this game. Giraffes are potentially going down another goal here, as Luke comes back from the pause and was able to get a goal immediately, and now mages are all on offense once again.
Yeah, Giraffe here in an iffy spot as that shot just a little too high for Glint. Bounces off that crossbar. Looks like Giraffes are going to have an opportunity, and what a pump from RJ there. Way to clear the field for his teammate.
That was a good bump from RJ. Sox is able to put it into the corner. Glint unable to make connection with the ball. Giraffes are going to go up 3-2 here. 22 seconds remaining. They still have the opportunity to win this game. They just have to maintain possession and not allow themselves to falter on defense.
Yeah, with 10 seconds here. Looks like Mage is going to try and go all out. Kind of have to, down a goal, but that demo kind of gets a little rough angle for Luke, but he does get that pass out. Glint, he were to get a touch, see if he can keep it up here. See if one of his players, yeah, luckily they are ready for something. Luke does get the boost, does get a good catch, solid 50. Glint up, and oh, it looked a little bit dangerous there towards the end for Giraffes.
That's that was definitely dangerous right at the end there. Giraffes managed to maintain for the last 2 games here. They will take the 2-2 split. So I believe this still leaves them down. I believe this still leaves them down a game to mages or up a game to mages. I don't remember exactly how it looks on the stat sheet. But yeah, so Giraffes will take the 2-2 split here. They got to be happy with that. They're able to rally, come back. Mages played their heart out, trying to get that win here to at least go up 3-1 in the series, but we're unable to do so. Before we head off for the night, Squirrel, I'm going to leave it to you. Who do you think is the MVP of this match?
It's kind of hard. The first half, both those first 2 games, I would have gave it to Barca, but RJ came in. That sub, I think that's what Giraffes needed. Unfortunately, it was due to some internet issues, I believe. But if I had to pick a sub, I'm going to give it to RJ. He came out, balled for his team, puts them 2-2. That does leave Giraffes still even. They are now 28-28, and yeah, Mages behind 1 game. Still a few match days to figure out that last playoff spot, but it's going to be super tight. So
that'll do it for us tonight. Like I said, there's some things that we're definitely going to be discussing after stream to figure out exactly what the ruling is going to be. But RJ will be our MVP for tonight. That'll do it for us. Squirrel, thank you for joining me on the cast. It was a pleasure. Precision, thank you for producing in the background there. We'll definitely figure this out before finals. Until then, y'all have a good night.